So we've all been in a situation before where a crisis hits and all hell seems to break loose. And funnily enough, when you're listening to this right now, it's pretty prevalent with what's happening in the current situation of the world. So let's look right now. The first thing you need to do right now when crisis hits for yourself and your business right now. Let's get stuck in. All right, team. Well, let's have a bit of a look at it. The elephant in the room is obviously some of the challenges with the pandemic that's going on worldwide at the moment. And, you know, we've all got to understand there's a lot of things that can be done. There's a lot of things that can't be done. There's a lot of unknowns. And that's the biggest challenge in and around when a crisis hits. A lot of times people are in a situation where they haven't faced that adversity. They don't know what's best because we do actually learn from experience. We know that success leaves clues. The great Jim Rohn taught us that many, many years ago. The challenge is a lot of the time we can't get the experience and the knowledge until we've actually been through that situation. So as a net result, we actually find ourselves floundering around like a fish out of water. We often find ourselves reacting when we shouldn't. And the biggest challenge that we have when a crisis hits is based simply around the fact that people are desperate, right? Are absolutely desperate to be led. And that's what this whole podcast is about right now. We see it all the time. A crisis happens in your business, in your health business, your medical business, and you need to step up and be the leader that your team needs. You need to be the person that's clear-headed, that's rational, that stays calm. And one of the biggest challenges we have as a human race is we want to actually react. Some people blame their background. I've got a business partner, he's got an Italian background. He says, oh, it's the Italian fire, Jace. You know, I always and I go, well, look, you know what? Sometimes we have to actually sit back and realize that we may be predisposed to our behavioral traits as to how we want to react in certain circumstances, but we need to make sure that we stay calm and we help lead people in times of crisis. I've always been one to say that crisis equals danger plus opportunity. It's a great opportunity under crisis management to be a better person, to be a better leader, to learn from these experiences, look for what can be changed next time, what proactively can be done to help other people right now, what proactively can be done and put into place so that this type of scenario might not happen again. Or how do we take a good situation that we may be in and make it great? How do we take a bad situation, make it good, and then move on to great? There are so many opportunities that come out when we are thrown into chaos, but you have to first of all be able to stay calm and lead people because people are desperate to be led. Now, in the current climate, we have a coronavirus pandemic at the moment, and you know, maybe you're listening to this podcast in 6 months when it's all over, 1 month when it's all over, 2 years when it's all over. Maybe it's not. I don't know. We don't know. And that's the challenge in and around the crisis facing the world and Australia at the moment. But the lessons we can learn from this and the ability for us to be able to forecast what's going to happen comes about from past knowledge and experience. And we know right now that we are going to get through it. We know that we're going to create a huge amount of opportunities. Well, there's at least an avenue to create a huge amount of opportunities. And the people that are going to suffer the least right now and are going to be able to pull through in the strongest way are the ones that are standing up and leading right now. Maybe they're out leading their teams better. Maybe they're leading their families better. Maybe they're actually, creating really clear and open communication and supporting others, showing empathy and compassion, not, bashing each other for toilet paper in the supermarkets, not hoarding food, etc. Right? None of that shows good leadership. What it does show is panic, desperation, and it shows that you're giving into fear. Now, specifically for your health business, you have to always be, if you're the business owner, you have to lead by example. We can all put a little bit of lip service out there to, oh yes, I'm a good leader and I've done this and I've done that. But ultimately, at the end of the day, you need to be able to show people, not just tell people. You need to be able to show with strong and decisive language. You need to be able to stand up and, take the bullet on other people's behalf as such, right? You need to be able to show people, hey, this is the way forward. This is what we're doing. This is going to be the best thing for us right now. And you know what? Maybe you're in a situation where you don't know if it's the best thing. But here's the thing. It's not about being ignorant, and it's not about putting forward that whole fake it till you make it bullshit. It's about being open and honest. If you're open and honest and say, you know what? I'm not 100% sure this is going to turn out perfectly this week for us. But what I do know is that if we do X and Y together, and we stick together, we help each other out, and we put these in place, we're much more confident that knowing that this is going to work out better than if we don't do the following. And it can be as simple as that. Showing people the way forward, giving people an avenue to be able to step forward, to have faith and understand what they're going to do and the benefit in the short term and the medium term and the long term. And that's the challenge with leadership. Whether you like it or not, we have politicians in place making decisions that greatly affect us. Now, we might not agree all the time on their political persuasion, whether they're left-wing, right-wing, all right? It doesn't matter. The fact of the matter is right now, the best thing you can do is lead, and the best thing you can do in that situation is not pull down leadership. Regardless of whether you like someone who's put in a position of leadership, during a time of crisis, the worst thing you can do is undermine a person's leadership. And I know there's going to be some people out there saying, oh yes, but, here's the thing, no but face. Like we've even got in the situation right now, I've got staunch Democrats in America coming out and fully supporting Trump with everything that's going on at the moment, because they know the best thing for their communities and the country right now is to support the leadership, show unity and work together. Of course, time will tell as to whether some of these decisions that were made were in the best interests of the country. But right now, we have to show solidarity. We have to understand that there's a lot of people working on crisis management at the moment that are far better equipped with the actual facts than just Karen, the epidemiologist, self-appointed expert on Facebook right now. So, let's get back to the scenario in place right now. Let's actually get away from the coronavirus situation right now and have a look at this as a general rule and principle for all of us moving forward. When there's a type of crisis, like there is now on the epidemic, so the pandemic situation, the best thing you need to do is lead. All right, we need to be very clear with our communication, what we're doing and why. And if we're not 100% sure this is the best way forward, explain to people that this is why we're making the decision and this is the justification for it and the reasons why I believe this is the best avenue moving forward. People respect that leadership. People respect that openness. People respect you having the integrity to say, I know I'm not perfect. I know what I believe is going to be best moving forward, and let's all do this together. Leadership, camaraderie, passion, empathy, those avenues are all going to come to the forefront of how you lead your team, how you lead your family, how you lead the community around you. Because I'll go back to it again and say, in times of crisis, yes, that means there's danger, but there's huge opportunity and people are desperate to be led. So please, if you find yourself in a crisis management situation in your business, whether it's a coronavirus situation that we've been forced into right now, or if you're listening to this later and you've got other crisis management scenarios that you're in place, you need to be a good, strong leader. You need to stand up. You need to understand that this is about having the right communication, leading from the front, because people are desperate to be led. Be open and honest in your communication. Get the right things said and done to the best of your ability. Know that you're not going to be perfect, but no one's expecting you to. We just need more leaders. We need people to stand up and say, hey, there's a light over here. I'm going to create the light. Let's move to the light and let's all do this together. Because true leadership is always prevalent when times of crisis hit. So whether you're in crisis now or remember it for future avenues, we're going to get different crises on different levels at different times in our life. And the true avenue of a good manager, business owner in the health and medical field particularly is about standing up, leading by example, showing, not telling, being empathetic, being open, honest, and real, and doing the right thing together as a group moving forward. And that's why leadership in that vein is always the first thing you need to be able to switch into strongly and confidently when chaos hits. Let's go, guys. Let's step up. Let's be better leaders. Let's change the lives and help more people out that are desperately needing to be able to be led to lead happier and healthier lives. Our time is now. Let's step up, make it happen, and I can't wait to hear from you very soon. Cheers for now. Hey guys, thank you very much for listening to another episode of the Profitable Practice Podcast. I would love nothing more than for you to be able to leave a review. I get so much joy out of listening and reading the amazing things that you guys say about this. So please subscribe to our channel, leave a review, and share it with your friends. Let's get some more fantastic information out there so all of us can grow the industry together. Cheers for now.